bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Bears, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Now Jones. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Throwing Jones. Incomplete.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free, because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. He gets it complete to Harris. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. That swung out wide to Harris. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening. And he's got it! Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. From off of play action. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Fromm. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
This is Scarborough. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. up on the ground with Harris.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were two things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there.
That's how you get fired up, baby. That's how you get fired up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. From the 41, Jones. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. A run with Harris out of the shotgun, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now Scarborough. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 6. On the give, this is Harris. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
It's brought in by Harris. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Najee Harris, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any any extra stress on your offense.
48 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action, it's Fromm. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Looks like they went for the combo plate there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Throwing is Fromm. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Fromm. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown. Scotty Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 43. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Back to throw again. Touchdown. That's caught. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Point after, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A run with a fullback. It's Ben Mason. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Escaping the pressure right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, instead of fourth down after the incompletion, it'll be first down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Fromm to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Here we go. Here we go. I got 29. I got 29. Two times.
From the gun, it's Fromm. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey. We got 3. We got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. from the 31.
From. Swings this out here for Cohen.
Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
We got three, fellas, we got 3. Switch. Check. 17, check. Slam.
Off the play fake. Here's Fromm.
Going for it all. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Santos' kick is up and through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football. It's something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Into the secondary, past the 40. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Looking to throw from. That's complete to Mooney.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
On 1st down, from slant route to Miller.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That catch good for only a couple.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Who's that?
From the 17. And it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Jones off the play fake. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
On 2nd and 11 now.
From. And this will be caught by Mooney.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones to the right side and complete to Hurst. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
There's Scarborough on the toss. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They hand this off to Harris. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. Jones.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Huge article in their local paper this morning saying how the 4 interceptions last week led them to that victory. Here they haven't been able to come up with one, and they're losing. Probably not a coincidence.
I don't think so at all. I think you're spot on, but maybe they put a little extra pressure on themselves because the 4 interceptions last week, victory. Right now, no interceptions in this game. Had a chance for one, missed it, and they're losing. Probably feeling the pressure right now.
Jones on 3rd down. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Jones.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll throw on first down with Fromm. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. They'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he'll get it down here to the 43. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And Jamie and Sherwood there to make the stop.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Rolling to his right. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Looking to throw. Jones. He finds his man. Complete. It's Harris. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. In the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
On the return, it's Tariq Cohen.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Line of scrimmage back at their own 3 now as they come up 2nd and long. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League.